Okay.
Now,
Sorry, I wasn't looking. Okay, let's start. All right, so, well, you know, I want to thank everyone for coming out on this beautiful day. There's an old saying that says, if we fail to prepare, prepare to fail. We have a big problem on our hands, and it's called global warming. As New Yorkers, we can appreciate the warmer weather. However, the problem with the planet warming up is that warming up helps promote the growth of bacteria, viruses, diseases from pests such as mice, cockroaches, and mosquitoes, which are the cause of the West Nile viruses. Global warming will affect how much food our crops will yield. The loss of food will cause shortages, which affects the cost of food, therefore becoming more expensive, like milk and orange juice. And we've recently just heard the issue with rice, that big stores like Walmart are limiting the amount of rice that's being sold on a daily basis to the consumer. Global warming affects weather patterns, and this has made storms become stronger, more deadlier, causing expensive collateral damage to important infrastructures and further damaging our economy, which then affects the world's economy. Hurricanes are becoming stronger, causing more damage and coming more often. Tornadoes are showing up in areas that never had tornadoes, such as in Westchester County in July of 2006, and traveled into Connecticut. Global warming has promoted the growth of the Japanese kudzu vine, which has brought to southern U.S. and has traveled all the way up to New York. The kudzu vine kills all vegetation, like huge trees, because of its invasive. It's an invasive plant. Invasive means nothing stops it from growing and going from state to state. It can grow over a foot a day. The destruction of trees causes the destruction of animal habitats, and we further lose the purpose of trees in the first place, to cleanse the air that we breathe and that creates more oxygen. Global warming causes the land to dry up, which then causes brush fires, which depending on the area can cause forest fires or neighborhood fires. Stronger winds are complicating the issue and making it an even bigger problem. Global warming is melting the ice glaciers. Ice glaciers are made up of fresh water, which then adds to the desalination of the ocean's water, along with pumping of the wastewaters back into the oceans. This freshwater-saltwater combination affects sea life, another food source. Food shortages from the sea will cause problems from all land creatures on 4 and 2 legs. Ocean currents and air currents work together like pieces in a watch, which, with desalination of the ocean, this affects the currents because fresh water weighs differently than salt water. Air currents affect weather patterns. Weather patterns affect food crops. From one day to the next, crops are being exposed to too much water, not enough water, and strong winds, all which can kill our food crops. It's not the planet that we're destroying, it's our way of life, our civilization, life as we know it, and will continue to exist. Yes, humans will continue, but are we prepared to know that our children are going to pay the consequences because of 5 generations before them failed to act? We have known the effects of pollution since the 19th century, and we're all connected, and we need to find a solution to this problem. As you can see here, global temperature within the last 140 years, from 1860 through 2000, has increased by 8 degrees. That is a huge, huge increase over 140 years. And that's something that we need to put an end to. We need to stop. Now, every day that we wake up, it's a true blessing. We wake up, we breathe air, we touch certain things, we see certain beauty around us, like this beautiful garden. We hear wonderful music, we taste wonderful foods, but many of these times when we wake up, we take our day for granted. I know, because we're constantly busy at work, with family, running errands, going around with school, and this includes me. Many a times, I don't think about the environment. Many a times, I have certain debates with my staff members about the environment. But this is why one of the reasons that we're standing here today to make that difference. 2 days ago, we celebrated Earth Day. But this should not be about just one day. This should be a lifestyle. This should be a way of living. Earth Day was first introduced in the 1970s by Gaylord Nelson from Wisconsin. 20 million people celebrated the first Earth Day. And 38 years later, it's going on strong.